On September 5 in the US, Nissan Motor Company will pull the cover off the 2018 Leaf, its first production vehicle that will steer and stop by itself at least every once in a while. This week, Nissan loaded its version of this hot take onto some of its SUVs and brought them to New York for a test drive, the perfect place to put a new phase of autonomous technology through its paces. Driving in Manhattan requires a modicum of zen, something most New Yorkers don't have, at least not when they're in a car. Anything to help commuters tune out a little, to tick up the chill a few notches, is helpful for everyone traveling along the city's congested arteries. That's precisely what Nissan's new system, dubbed ProPilot Assist, is supposed to do. When activated by the push of a button and the setting of cruise control speed, it keeps the car in the center of a lane, steering through corners. At the same time, it maintains a safe distance to the vehicle ahead and will brake all the way to a stop, the default state of most Big Apple drives. It even resumes driving without a prompt, provided that the automobile has only been still for less than 3 seconds. Basically, we're focused on fatigue reduction, explained Andy Christensen, senior manager of Nissan's Intelligent Transportation Systems Research. This suite of robot pilots is not, Christensen insisted, a self-driving system. The steering wheel senses feedback, not touch. If there isn't evidence of any physical tug, ProPilot escalates a series of warnings, including audio chimes and brake checks. Eventually, the vehicle will turn on its hazard lights and come to a stop mid-lane. Given that humans are now able to land space-scraping rockets back on the ground as if they were lawn darts, the new Leaf isn't exactly vanguard stuff. Plenty of vehicles on the market do what Nissan's new system offers if you can afford them, that is. The Leaf, however, is intended to fill the autonomous capabilities gap that exists for machines that cost less than $40,000 or so. What Nissan's driving robots deliver is a passable impression of a Mercedes-Benz, or an Audi, Tesla, or Volvo. Passable, though, is the key word. Nissan's package isn't infallible. For one thing, it requires clear lane markers on each side to steer properly. On our 40-minute jaunt from Midtown Manhattan to its northern peak, painted lines were sporadic and the system often simply shut off, signaling its snooze with a chime. Meanwhile, it's designed to steer only up to a certain level of aggressiveness, the parameters set by forces of gravity. Coming into a series of twists a little bit hot, the robots couldn't keep us centered, even though the car was still plenty capable. The problem is that the sensors and cameras that allow for a more seamless autonomous drive tend to be expensive, and thus remain squarely in the realm of luxury cars. Nissan's ProPilot uses just one camera to read the lane margins and one radar unit to measure distance to the vehicle in front. We're trying to make it accessible and attainable, said Brittany Tesmer, senior engineer on the project. In the gray area between analog driving and full autonomy, Nissan's new system represents a very light shade, which to me is the biggest drawback for it and all the other systems like it. It's only a mild iteration beyond adaptive cruise control, which comes standard on 25% of current vehicles, and lane departure warnings, which are available in 1/3, according to Edmunds.com. When the driver is alert, the nanny steering and braking can be annoying, particularly if one likes to drift toward the inside of sweeping highway curves. If the driver isn't alert, it's even more grating. To be sure, that needling is necessary, but I've found myself wondering more than once, is this an autonomous step too small to be worth taking? Why not just wait to roll out something more fully cooked? There are always going to be people who just want to get in and wake up in their driveway, Tesmer said of the desire for full autonomy. Until the technology gets there, they don't want it. What the ProPilot seems suited for, most directly, is the smartphone. With one hand on the wheel, a driver can easily toggle through emails or watch Fast and Furious flicks. The system may not be self-driving, But in that case the driver certainly won't be either.
Nissan is offering UK customers up to £2,000 plus trade-in value for their old car if it means getting them into the full electric Leaf. This plan is part of Nissan's recently launched Switch scheme, which helps out owners of cars with pre-Euro V engines, making it easier for them to switch to something newer and a lot more eco-friendly. Owners of eligible cars registered before the end of 2009 with a pre-Euro V engine can trade in their vehicles at select Nissan dealerships, where they will receive up to £5,000 plus trade-in value off a new Nissan model, whether it's the Leaf or something else. As previously stated, they can also receive up to £2,000 plus trade-in value off an approved used Nissan Leaf 24 kWh, boasting a driving range of up to 124 miles, 200 kilometers. A free home charging unit worth £279 is also provided in the offer. Since 2010, Nissan has pioneered and led the charge for widespread electric vehicle adoption. As we ready to unveil the all-new Nissan Leaf, a car that will convert many more thousands of motorists to all-electric driving, we're launching a new campaign to encourage drivers of older vehicles to make the switch to cleaner electric power, stated Nissan UK exec, Alex Smith. Nissan's campaign isn't just about new cars. We're including our latest efficient conventionally powered models, but uniquely we're delivering an attractive trade-in offer on our stock of approved used all-electric Leafs. The Nissan Switch scheme runs from September 1st, up until the 30th and is available to UK residents only.
Nissan has unveiled a part exchange offer to compete with the scrappage schemes on offer from numerous other car manufacturers. Unlike many of the other schemes recently announced, the Nissan offer is an additional allowance over and above the part exchange valuation of your car. The part exchange vehicles will not be scrapped unless it is the most economically viable option. Nissan is offering up to £2,000 part exchange allowance on selected new cars, in addition to any other dealer manufacturer or finance company offers. The offer only applies to certain grades of Nissan Micra, Juke, Qashqai and X-Trail models. Nissan has gone a step beyond other manufacturers, however, and has a specific offer for approved used Leaf models, despite new Leaf models not being included in the program. An additional £1,000 part exchange allowance is available for used Leafs, and is also supported by a low-rate PCP finance offer. Nissan's offer is only valid for this month, which means you need to order and take delivery of your vehicle by September 30th. Most other brands' offers are running until the end of this year. The car expert checks the fine print. This offer is an allowance over and above your car's part exchange value, for selected used cars part exchanged against selected new cars. Your current car can be from any brand, but the first registration date, shown on your V5C registration logbook, must be no later than December 31, 2009. You must be the owner of the part exchange vehicle and the buyer of the new car, same name and registered address. You must have owned the old car for at least 90 days, to stop people buying an old banger for £200 and then getting a £2,000 part exchange allowance for it. You must order your new car and take delivery by September 30, 2017. This offer can be used on top of most other offers from the dealer manufacturer or finance company. The offer is not dependent on you taking any finance package or other products.
The Nissan Switch scheme, launched today, gives additional support to owners of cars and LCVs with pre-Euro V engines, to help them replace their vehicle with a zero-emission, 100% electric Leaf, or one of Nissan's efficient range of new passenger cars. From 1st to September 30th, drivers of eligible vehicles registered before the end of 2009 with a pre-Euro V engine can trade in the car or LCV at participating Nissan dealerships to receive up to £5,000, plus trade-in value for their current car, off a new Nissan model. or they can receive up to £2,000 plus vehicle trade-in value off an approved used Nissan Leaf 24 kWh. Thanks to the switch scheme, Nissan Leaf ownership has never been more accessible. Payments on a 3-year 3.9% APR PCP can be lower than £100 a month for a used Leaf 24 kWh with trade-in value and Nissan switch scheme contribution. A free home charging unit worth £279 is also provided in the offer. The Nissan Leaf 24 kWh delivers a driving range of up to 124 miles, NEDC, with running costs from just £2 per mile. Other benefits to owning an all-electric vehicle include £0 annual VED, lower maintenance costs compared to combustion engine vehicles, and London congestion charge exemption. For somebody living outside the congestion zone but driving into it 5 days a week, each week of the year, this could mean an annual saving of over £2,500. Since 2010, Nissan has pioneered and led the charge for widespread electric vehicle adoption. As we ready to unveil the all-new Nissan Leaf, a car that will convert many more thousands of motorists to all-electric driving, we're launching a new campaign to encourage drivers of older vehicles to make the switch to cleaner electric power. Commented Alex Smith, Managing Director of Nissan Motor, GB, Limited. Nissan's campaign isn't just about new cars. We're including our latest efficient conventionally powered models, but uniquely we're delivering an attractive trade-in offer on our stock of approved used all-electric Leafs. Demand for electric vehicles has risen significantly in the last few years as more people realize the practical benefits of running an EV. Figures from the SMMT show the alternative fuel vehicle, AFV, segment was up 65% in July 2017 versus July 2016, commanding a record 5.5% market share in the month. In 2017, around 1 in 2 EVs sold in the UK has been a Nissan, with the Nissan Leaf the UK's best-selling all-electric vehicle. Nissan established itself as a pioneer in the EV movement by launching the Leaf in 2010, the world's first mass-market electric vehicle. On September 6, Nissan is unveiling the all-new Nissan Leaf, an icon of Nissan intelligent mobility. The Nissan switch scheme will run from September 1 to September 30, 2017. Retail customers only. Offer available to UK, excluding Channel Islands and Isle of Man, residents only. At participating dealers and subject to availability. For full terms and conditions and to check car eligibility for trade-in, visit www.nissan.co.uk or contact a local Nissan dealer.